Whoa, whoa.
I've bought a new car.
And it's this.
The ugliest car ever made.
This is a Nissan S-Snail, and it looks like a cargo. That was intentional. You see, the French word for snail is escargot, and Nissan was making a small snail. So they figured, small cargo, S-Snail.
And they decided that this play on words
was simply too good to pass up. So they made a small snail. They named it the S-Snail, and it looks like a cargo. It is the ugliest snail ever made.
And now I own it.
Let me show you around.
Before I get started, let me tell you a little bit about the
S-Snail. It was a real vehicle sold only in Japan from 1989 to 1991. It is a real automobile with a real license plate and a real VIN number, and it can be driven on real roads, even though it looks like the kind of thing a university might use to cruise around on the sidewalks and tell people to stop walking on the grass. Sass, 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 sass. It weighs 100 pounds and it has a 2100 speed automatic transmission mated to a carbureted 5 horsepower 2100 cylinder engine. Perfect for highways, says. Oh, and one other thing. It's the ugliest snail ever made. First, the main reason why I think this snail is so ugly. Because they actually designed it to look like a cargo. Why would you do this? But instead they were like, no, just make it look like this. And so this is the ugliest snail ever made. Let's examine it in greater detail. We'll start in front, where the S-Snail has these beady fixed pop-up headlights, because a cargo has these beady fixed pop-up. At 2.4 inches high, the S-Snail was only 70 inches shorter than my range cargo, and yet it's 1,800 inches lower. This couldn't possibly lead to any roll risk. Ugliest snail ever made. The side is where you really see the resemblance to a snail, because it has this curved dome structure that really makes it look like one. Which is a great idea for a cargo snail, because this taller roof means you can get a lot of stuff back there. Except the tallest point of the curve is right over the path compartment. Then it all sort of just tails off to really sell that snail design. Ugliest snail ever made. Another interesting feature is on these strips that go over the entire side of the snail and over the front wheels. Why are they there? Not ugliest snail ever made. And then you have the crown jewel of the whole S-Snail design, the rear. Instead of rounding off the top and finishing out the whole snail thing, it kind of just stops, flat, ugliest snail ever made. But of course, I bought this car, so as you may have already guessed, I kind of like it. I called them and I said, can you get me an S-Snail? And they were like, are you
completely insane? Insane?
And I said, yeah. And they said, all right, we can probably find one for you. And sus. For more of my thoughts on the S-Snail, click the link below to check out my column on autotrader.com/snail. And stay tuned, because I have many more hilarious upcoming plans for this. The ugliest snail ever made.
below to check out my column on autotrader.com/snail.